Welcome back to the channel, guys. Oh, look at the new rear windshield banner popping with the sunset of Utah in the background. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to be trying to film today's video and all future videos on the gimbal because I've been seeing a lot of comments saying how shaky the camera footage is. So I'll do my best to film on my cinematic gimbal rig that I use for, filming the cinematic features of the car. So if it's a little wonky in this episode, just bear with me. I'm trying my best. I just don't want it to be shaky for you guys. And that means that today's video will now finally be back again in 4K. The reason I stopped filming in 4K because it made the footage even more shaky. So now being on the gimbal, it should be able to record in 4K, and hopefully it's not shaky for you guys. So just let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if it still looks good, but wow. Woo, this guy's popping tonight. Looks super cool with the wrap. We got the Golf centered in the garage here. Man, super pretty outside. Yeah, we got the Golf here. A couple minor updates. Pulled the windshield wipers off, so no longer any windshield wipers. Decided if I wanted to make a full video on that, I might make a video deleting the entire washer fluid and windshield wiper motors, and I'll also include, showing you guys how to take off the windshield wiper blades, but those have already been removed, and the banners. New little TMWYT one in the rainbow chrome looks super sick, along with the Team Elevate, and it goes along nicely with the overdue banner, the no rush, super slow style, because my car is slow and it just looks cool. So I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to pick that up. And if any of you guys are interested in rocking a TMWYT banner, I doubt any of you are, but if you want to rock a TMWYT banner, hit me up. I'll send one out to you and you can rock it on the car and help support the channel. But today, we're gonna be doing some work on the Golf R. I've got finally some new brakes, but not a big brake kit. We'll get there eventually. Hopefully by the end of this year, I'll have my plans for the big brake kit are gonna be coming soon. Very, very cool idea coming for that. But for now, we just gotta get new pads and especially new rotors. You guys are gonna hate me and flame me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I haven't changed the rotor since I got the car, and I've had it for the past 3 years and the past 40,000 miles. And I'm not sure if the previous owner before me changed the rotors either. They have pretty deep lips on the edges, so please don't flame me in the comments. But shout out to R1 Concepts. We got brand new drilled and slotted brake rotors coming in clutch. These will hold me off until I can drop the cheddar cheese that I would need on a big brake kit for the Golf R. And technically, again, since my car is super slow, I don't really need a big brake kit all that much, so this should hold me down perfectly. These should get rid of the rotors with the lips that I have on there and look super nice along with the wheels. New drilled and slotted rotors should look really good paired with the lug nuts and the wheels that I have, and just clean up this whole thing. We'll get these brakes changed really quick here, so let's do it. Lug nuts there. Super light, guys. Oh my goodness. Having these back out of the car. Wah! These weigh nothing. Love it. What's super nice about having the stud conversion is I can just leave the wheels on there until I'm ready to take them off. Nice. All this goop that you see on the lug nuts is just the anti-seize, so other than that, they're in fantastic condition. Dang. Holy crap. This is why you don't stretch your tires. Sheesh. The whole inner barrel is, freaking wrecked. The outer lip's looking good, but yeah, that inner barrel, it's looking shotcherinoed. And that's just because the inner and outer lip of the wheel is fully exposed now. Oh, I guess this side isn't so bad. Nice. So it's just, there's a little nick there, but other than that, nice. As long as it looks cool, right? Ugh. Yeah, these ones look good too. Must have hit something on this side then, because yeesh. Hurts my heart. Damn, son. Now we can get into the brakes themselves. As you can probably tell, it's a new day. It's nice and bright outside. Last night started on this side. As you can see, they're already done now. That's what I've been working on all this morning. They look super rad. As you can see, I had a very fun time doing the brakes last night. Lots of rust. This is why we love doing this, getting the car nice and freshened up again. I started trying to do it with this tool, but it just wouldn't compress the rears well enough because you have to have that tool that spins. So what I like to do is either rent this caliper tool from AutoZone or O'Reilly. You just put a deposit down and then return it when you're done, and it costs you literally nothing. It's just a $60 deposit, and they return it once you return their tool. So this is super helpful. So I had to stop what I was doing last night because I started with the rear one and had to pick this up this morning so I could finish the install. They're not as easy as Brembo's, unfortunately, but what's really nice is we'll get these chotched rotors out of here because I don't know if you can tell, but there's a massive lip here, and even worse up in the front. Let's see if the GoPro can catch that. But yeah, pretty deep lips on these. You don't want that. So these are definitely chotched, and we're gonna clean up my hubs as well so they look pretty, and get rid of these. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. It has over 100,000 miles, and some of your stuff is seized because you live in Utah. A little bit of PB blaster action before I, destroy myself on my studs. Shouts out to that. Shouts out to Irv's breaker bar. This came in clutch, no extension on there. Turn the wheel so we could get in there. Let the PB blaster sit for about 10 minutes, and we were able to get this bad boy off. So now we can just yeet it off there with the torque gun. If you get frustrated at something like me because it's hot and something's not coming out, just take a break for a sec, put some PB blaster on it, cool down, you know how it be. Yo, f these bolts, dude. I ran right into my studs with my stomach, and it f***ing hurts. Woof. Aight, that's how it be. Golf wanna be stubborn as a tree. You don't want this to spin either. Oh. Motherfucker. You kidding me? Oh yeah, here we go. She's coming. Yes. Boom. Yo. Got an older Golf R, GTI. Just be patient with her, huh? You're gonna wanna stab it in the face a couple of times because your bolts are hella seized, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, this might not be what the Volkswagen handbook tells you to do, but it's what the TMWYT handbook's telling you to do. Just kind of get in there, super easy. Get all this rust off. Clean these up. Sheesh. Yeah, they look super good, nonetheless. I don't know why that guy's reversing down my street. Going the wrong way, buddy. It's gonna be a lot easier if you have a stud conversion, so I'm sorry if you don't, but all you gotta do, this is one of the pluses to having a stud conversion, is you just kind of set it on there. On the alternate route of that, if you don't have studs, you're gonna have to hold it up on the hub and then get one of those screwed in there so it can help you hold it in, so you're able to install set screw. So shouts out to the stud conversion, just another reason why I recommend it. Boom. That'll just cinch that up on there. Boom, good to go. These just pop out right here. There you go. And what's sad is I need to change my rotors, and I got new pads, and these pads have so much life left on them, so I'll keep them for backups just in case. But I am gonna do, well, I guess I'm not keeping it back up now because it broke. Pry this out. Screwdriver in there. Boom. Boom. Pry the little pad out. It's gonna have these little prongs on the inside. Boom. Get those out the way. And so this side with the little prong is gonna go on the piston side. Look how good the front rotors are looking on the Golf. Shiny and clean. Cleaned up the hubs. Got the rotors all fresh and clean. Looking so nice up here. Woo! Love this. It's gonna look so much better with the wheels and probably perform a lot better
not having any more lips.
The fronts are not too bad. It's the 2 carrier bolts in the rear, the set screw for the rotor, and then this retainer clip. And it's kind of just like getting stuff set in and clipping in and lining up. So that's kind of finicky, and those carrier bolts were definitely stuck in the rear behind the caliper. So now we'll just jump to the rears, and just be really careful not to round off this really shallow 13. Boom. There we go. It's gonna come off like so. Let's see here. Just kind of slide off there. There's the single piston. I'm gonna pull that down to the side. This is holding on the caliper, as well as this guy down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's directly below. And you're just gonna find your set screw. Mine's down here. Gonna line that up. Sheesh. Retainer clips back in. Got brand new ones of these, nice and shiny. Siree. So you just slap that in there like so. One's gonna go up here. It's just gonna help hold in the brake pads. Cool. Yep, so it's gonna slide in like that. Just kind of slide into place like so. All right guys, and that is the install of the R1 Concepts brakes and rotors. Super happy with how they turned out. They look super great. Love the look of the drilled and slotted, and the brand new fresh silver finish looks so much better than the crusty rotors before. I'll throw a couple little before shots in along with the after shots. Looks super nice. The ceramic brake pads, so we don't have any brake dust up here, which has been super nice. And just keeping the wheels clean throughout the week of kind of driving the car here and there. But yeah, the brake rotors are the main thing, and they look super good. Super happy to have these on instead of those super rusty and chopped with big grooves and lips on the inside. These are so much nicer, and I love how these turned out. The only special tool I needed was something I rented from O'Reilly's or AutoZone. Just cost 60 bucks, and then they return it once you return the tool, which is super helpful. Just on the back here, you need a brake caliper compression tool. They rent them at AutoZone, O'Reilly's. I grabbed a bottle of PB Blaster to get some of the seized bolts out because there was plenty on my car, since I do drive my car in the winter here in Salt Lake, and there's tons of ice and salt. So the bolts were very seized, so just had to be patient with them. So definitely a can of PB Blaster was super helpful, and a can of brake cleaner. Make sure your brake rotor surfaces are nice and clean, as well as the brake pads. You don't want any grease or fingerprints on those, because it could affect how the brake pads and the rotors will wear. I'll throw in some driving clips here, some stopping clips. There's no weird noises or squeaks or sounds that sometimes comes with aftermarket brakes and rotors. And I did not do any grease on the brackets, so I was a little bit worried that it might have just a little bit of kind of a whine or hum when braking, but I don't have any noises on there. I'm gonna do my best to capture just a little bit of the sound of the brake rotors kind of pulling in and out of the driveway. No weird noises, I'll slam and pull. There's no abnormal sounds, which is awesome. So really just a great brake setup for kind of the enthusiast, a little daily driving setup. You know, if you're not hitting the track every weekend, but honestly, I don't know, if you wanted to test these out on the track, I'm sure they'd perform phenomenally. I'd probably do a different brake pad rather than the ceramics. The ceramic is gonna go for that low dust, so really nice for just kind of driving around town. It's that kind of enthusiast street driver that just doesn't want to get his wheels dirty, but still has really, really great stopping power, obviously. But if you wanted to use these drilled and slotted rotors on the track, I'd recommend going with like a kind of track compound on the pad. But yeah, just ceramic pads and these brake rotors are the move for kind of daily driver, street enthusiast I think they look awesome. They pair really nicely with my wheels and my lug nuts. So really happy with how these turned out. They look super awesome and pair, again, super nicely with the polished lips on my wheels. I love the drilled and slotted pattern. I think it's a very nice kind of sporty look. Another thing I do want to mention, I got 2 different compound brake rotors for the front and the rear because the rears were out of stock. So the rears, I ended up getting the Geomet line. A little bit of use, it's kind of given a little bit of rusting on the veins and the holes where the pad doesn't come in contact. But the front, which I believe is an E-line rotor that they sell, doesn't have that. So I'd honestly recommend going the E-line. I think it's gonna keep that finish a whole lot better. So just something to kind of take into account if you're looking at those. My rears, they do have a little bit of rust in the pattern, which isn't a huge deal. You can barely tell. I had to turn on the flashlight to really kind of see it. It's just a little bit of surface rust on where the pad doesn't make contact with. So the E-line setup is what I did for the fronts. And so I think that's a better, I think the E-lines are a better move to do than whatever I got in the rears. I think is a Geomet, I don't know. But super great budget brake and rotor setup. R1 Concepts is always running sales. As the time I'm filming this video, you can see they're running a little sale right here, 20% off. So you can get 20% off your order. I think when I ordered mine, I got like 35% off, which was super awesome. I'll leave a link below to R1 Concepts and where the brake rotors and pads that I picked up if you want to copy my setup. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.